our next session, Cloud Abuse at Scale, How Cybercriminals Exploit Free Tiers for Profit, I want to introduce the speaker, Miguel Hernández. And I also want to say thank you to Datadog for being our sponsor. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello. Yeah. Okay, the talk is just about the concept of abuse-free tier. Okay, but the main point is how they do that. Okay, the whole talk. My name is Miguel Hernández. I'm from Spain. I'm a security researcher for the last 10 years. I work in different security companies. Now I work at CISD. And also I collaborate with other open source projects, or I do some talks around Europe. And also collaborate in a small group in Twitch on the news just for technology. In Spanish, sorry, if you want to follow, but it's just for fun. Say that, the agenda is, again, quite simple. It's just an overview, the abuse of these free tiers, and the business around there, okay? And I want to be sure that this disclaimer is here. I don't have all the answers, okay? Maybe you have some questions, and maybe I don't know how to answer that. I'm still learning about this. It's just, I think, 1.5 years of recopiling information, try to track all of them, and try to understand why they are doing that. But this is not a final report or a final conclusion, so I hope this is just the beginning of next research. I don't know. But I think I really like, I enjoy researching this, and maybe you want to know more, you can pick me. I can share everything that I found without any problem. So, as you know, there are plenty of examples of abusing free tiers. The most common is with CICD platforms that they just running crypto mining there. It's quite simple. They create an account or a repo and connect with the service and run the miner. That's all. And usually all these reports are isolated. They are just talking about one service, not all of them at the same time. It's just this case is for GitLab. This one is for Azure, or this one is for Vercel. But no one are just looking into this like global view, or maybe there are a group or a name or anyone behind all this abuse. And that is the thing I start to research, and in my day by day, looking into malicious scripts, doing some threat hunting, I start with this script. That is a normal, typical one of crypto mining script with different techniques to avoid detection, with the kernel injection with the preload, or the node process hider with very typical to hide the process that is running. Nothing crazy. They are not doing nothing new. But the thing is, they are not using the original source of the binaries or the files. They use other repositories that in some cases are just gone. This is done. This is 404. But one of them are live, and I can check it, and it's just a loop, nothing crazy. But inside the repo, there are more files. So I repeat the process, and I found another script with the same template. But in this case, they link for other sources of the same files. And I don't understand why they are doing that, but it's just a simple way to obfuscate the code, or just to trick a little bit the threat hunter. I don't know. But the techniques are the same. Maybe they add some graph TCP to put some proxies, but the template is always the same, nothing crazy. But if you repeat this any times, you start to see like a network. Not just one user that creates a script and try to crypto mine, or 2 or 3. There are hundreds of users, hundreds of repositories doing the same, but with more files. And I say, okay, maybe I need to do some scrapping to find if there are more interesting things than the initial scripts with crypto mining. And I found all these CICD servers, more of them. I just put, for example, because some of them I never heard about that, maybe are new, but they are creating this config file to run crypto mining in all the CICD services. Massively. I mean, there are plenty of them, and they copy, paste, and they clone the repos, modify with one commit, and repeat, and repeat, and repeat. The interesting thing is I take a look more in detail, more deep, and I found Google commands, Azure commands, or AWS, or Google Cloud commands with major providers, but also with others. And I say why they are running these commands just for crypto mining. They are creating accounts on them. This, for example, is in the same repo, and is still active if you want to take a look. Are referring to the Google AI services, that they create a container and they push the container to the registry, I guess. As you can see, the image URI is just a variable, and they use that to do the Google Cloud AI HPEG tuning jobs. That is for Vertex AI. But I say, okay, they are stealing credentials. What is going on? They are just running for free for fun. Is something related with free tier because Google Cloud offer free tiers, but it's too much, or it's very easy to detect this. I don't know. I try to understand that. So I investigate a little more all these users, all these repos, and I found gold with this user because it's totally different. In this case, they continue with the crypto mining stuff, but they also have use Docker to run Docker containers without privilege. Also Burp. I don't know why. Maybe they are doing some pen testing. Ngrok, Teammate, stuff to open terminal externally, but also they have some repos related with browsers and some kind of automatization. So I look into that, and they have some profiles on portable browsers to just click on the web browser, and they have all the extension and the bookmarks added to them. So they can share that in a VPS or a random machine, and they have all the stuff just installed. They don't need to do more of them. And in that bookmarks, I found the Microsoft with some registration for Microsoft accounts, for GitHub. So they have some automatization to click in the iMacros. That is the extension they use. That is not in the Google Market, I guess, but they use Softonic. But it's also in Firefox and Brave. And this is just a click, and the automation is quite simple. It's open a tab, click here, add a random name, random surname, random phone, check the email, and when they are able to get a valid Microsoft account, they use to GitHub, and they have plenty of repositories for free. The thing is, why they do that? This is the funny stuff. They are able to create accounts for GitHub to enroll in Coursera. And with that, they use that Coursera account to use GCP to run the miners. It's that they don't register directly to GCP, they use Coursera as a hub. And all of them are in the iMacros. They just need to click 1, 2, 3, 4, and they just are running miners on GCP. Something that I mentioned later, but it's important, they are able to create accounts for students, packs in GitHub, because they use a stolen Canvas ID for real students, so they get more credits in different providers, because it's more valuable, that account. And this the miner hide in the jobs of Vertex AI, they use, as you see, if you see all the, it's very normal, or I see all the time, and I don't understand just when I see this, is they have these repos, the image iframes or this IVN image, is Dockerfile README and trainer. The README is like a template of a repo, new, but the title is Horse versus Human. And this is just a name of a course in Quickclass or Google Cloud Place Lab to run the miner inside a Dockerfile. And they just modify the training task that is in the Docker file. With the last line, very simple, they ask os.system and use the same crypto mining you showed before to run the miner when the Docker file starts running. Okay, nothing crazy, but again, they hide that to run the miner, not just directly in the account. It uses some hubs. And to use the image when in the account or in the Google Cloud project, they just create the repo, authorize, push the image that they have in the GitHub repository, and use that image in the Google Cloud iCustom jobs or HCP jobs that I found before. So I just have the idea of, okay, that is the whole process, and I just start with the final step. But that doesn't finish there. There are more of that. There are quick labs. There are also SaveMaker. Omics I show you now. They have more iMacros. This is just the bookmarks. You click, and the iMacros, the extension, run it, and that's all. And you see there are plenty of labs, but also Circles IE, Azure, Colab, GitHub. So they just use this to create accounts, and as you can see in the code behind, they use the GCP account, the registry for the quick labs with this ID. I found plenty of this, and this is temporal, so they just have 1 hour, 2 hours to run the miner, but it's just for free. In other cases, they are able to create accounts on SaveMaker using Studio Labs, and I don't know why, but they store the accounts with the username, password, timestamp. I don't know why they store there. Maybe it's for checking if it's success or not, and create SaveMaker endpoints, configuration, and try to run the miners there. Always with the same idea of a container with a small line inside there and run the container. And for me, the most curious is this one. I don't know if you know these services. I never heard before that. It's AWS Health Omics to Genomics. And they modify the workflow definition files, adding in the task directly the run the miner there without any obfuscation, nothing. But it's possible. So when they run the workloads, the job keeps looping and is running there until the lab or whatever, because it's not a real account. There are temporal accounts, so it's finished. So it's very short on time, but it works, and the wallet have transactions, so it's just something smart, I guess. And no victims at all, well, the cloud providers. And okay, I said, maybe I need to gather more information from these guys. I can contact them. I just send several emails because they use real emails in the old ones. The new ones are very automatic and doesn't work if you send something, but in the older ones, they use real emails. And I said, maybe if a fan, I get an answer, because if I say, hey, I'm a researcher, please stop doing that, maybe it's not a good idea. So I said, hey, I love your job, please help me, I want to do the same. And 2 of them answer me. The first one is a clap, so nothing. But the other one is still active. It's crazy, but this guy said, hey, you have Telegram contact. I share everything I have to try to contact them, but nothing else, no more response. But I started investigating Telegram, because they say Telegram, so maybe there are something there. And I found plenty of accounts that are focused on creating and selling GitHub accounts, also the student pack accounts. So that is a small business itself, and they are using that accounts to register in valid services. So it makes sense that they are creating and selling this. Also tricks, that this is more cool, I guess, is they are selling how to do crypto mining with the data, with the hash rate, how many machines you need, things like that, to just say, hey, if you want to do it, buy some slots in my account or whatever. In some cases, they share the simple ones, that is nothing crazy. And if you want more, you need to pay for the premium course. So again, there are some business around training or abusing free tiers, or what is going on in here. But also there are plenty of Indonesian text and comments and message, and I don't know Indonesian. And they also use slang, so it's very hard to follow that. But maybe there are from there, I don't know. And also I start to thinking that maybe it's a university of free abuse behind that, and they are selling the courses like a real company, I don't know. Again, I don't know all the answers, but maybe it's something like this. And also, these techniques to obfuscate or try to avoid the detection of the miners, they are selling more advanced or whatever to say, hey, you don't want to get cuts. Maybe you need to use the process hosting, process hider. Also, they use, I start to see scripts focus on cloud agents, but it's quite simple. They are just checking the PID of the agent and killing all the time. Nothing. They are not crazy smart, but they are just saying, hey, with that, we maintain the temporal account enough to do the crypto mining, and when the account is finished, okay, I don't care, I create a new one. But they are focused on cloud, for sure. And also, this is where the things gets crazy in my phone, not my real phone, the phone to do this kind of stuff. Because I receive so many notifications, and the Telegram is a mess, because there are plenty of bots all the time sharing this advertisement. There are a complete business around the selling cloud accounts, but the free tier, not the real ones. Like, hey, you want, I think it's here, it's a small message, and maybe I can. Yeah. They are selling the free tiers, not the real account. They are not, it's crazy, but it's real. So if you try to contact them, it's a mess, because again, it's, oh, maybe I break something. Okay, so as you can see, there are a business around there. They are selling this, and in summary, there are separate actors or groups, or it's the same, but they separate the business around the creating accounts on GitHub, Outlook, and real or not 10 minutes mail. Okay, there are valid emails to register in the next services with more success. They use iMacros to do that. That I never heard before. I usually saw the Selenium or this kind of automatization. They use iMacros. I don't know why, but it works. They also, again, use this GitHub student pack using stolen Canvas ID with real IDs to get more credits in other services like Azure. Then, with that account, they are able to register in services like WeCloud. I think it doesn't exist anymore. It's Cloud Skill or something like that. But again, they modify that. They are very active, so they modify, and that's all. But I get crazy with the Coursera because they store in a file in these repos a valid credit card. So I can test it, or a friend, and it's valid, the credit card to enroll, because Coursera needs a credit card to enroll for 30 days for free tier. So they use all the time the same credit card. And also the marketplace around these free accounts is crazy, but there's plenty of bots. Maybe there are plenty of scams, I don't know, but there are a business around there. And finally, the end users are using for crypto, but they start to say, hey, for example, I saw a message related with IBM or Oracle Cloud, and they say, please don't run the crypto mining there because it doesn't work anymore. So they know when this is working or not, and they prefer to say, hey, use this for BPS or RDP, but they're selling the accounts, but please don't do that in that accounts. And also I saw the typical spamming on AWS, but the important thing is the crypto, and they focus on Azure, AWS, and GCP. And the last slide is just a conclusion. This abuse, I think, is still a trend, because the first article I show you is for 2021, I think, the latest. And nowadays, I still see this abuse in the wild. They hide the miners, but without any crazy obfuscation. So if you have any security measure, it's okay. The thing is, if you are a customer, you don't worry. I didn't see any of these crypto miners attacking a real provider. It's more the RDP. Maybe you have some honeypot and you see this RDP is quite related with these miners, but I don't think so. They are the same group. The crazy thing for me is they are selling courses do this crypto mining stuff with the free tier of the course, and next pay with more complex. And again, if you want to continue this, contact me. I'm around here today, and also you have my contact details here. So I can share with you all the names, all the repos. Some of them are just remove it or banned from the GitHub repositories or GitLab, Bitbucket, but I still save some of them. And it's quite simple to find more of them just using the GitHub search engine. And I hope you enjoy the talk, and thanks a lot.
Thank you for that, Miguel. Really interesting talk. I think there's one question, at least I'm also burning in with, that came from the Slack. Did you investigate the wallets and how much crypto profits they are making?
Just the fee, I think, it's the normal crypto mining. Again, it's not very complex. They are not using new techniques. The new one is Orion client. That is something new, but nothing with that.
Did you see how much crypto they held in the different wallets? Like how much profit they're making?
No. I tried to do that, but they are creating temporal account wallets, and the profits move very fast with big ones. I see some wallets with thousands of euros, but I cannot assume this is the final profit. I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah. And in terms of this, like, are they using it mostly for crypto mining, or are you seeing like other activities such as botnets being used for?
Botnets not, I guess, but they move from crypto to RDP or BPS to sell temporal hops for these attackers.
Yeah. And did you compare this to like, did you see like some prevalent uses of full accounts with stolen credit cards where you could potentially get a lot more juice?
No.
Or were they mostly focusing on like...
Focus on temporal account with free tiers, no. I didn't see any attack or related with this group or any report around the internet, just for free tier.
Yeah, okay. We have time for 1 or 2 questions from the audience as well.
Thank you. Do you think they're actually making a lot of money out of the crypto mining, or do they have something that works well enough so that they can sell a course and that's where they make the money?
That's a good question. It depends. I mean, most of the code or the text I found in these repos are Indonesian, and there the money is more valuable than in other countries. So maybe with the CryptoMan profit is enough to maintain their stuff, but for sure they gain more money with the courses, with all the packets that they are selling with accounts, for sure, because I think it's more interesting for all the group. And I saw most of the people asking for in the chats and Discord, sorry, and they are asking for, hey, I want to pay for the course. No, I didn't see that for CryptoMine or for the wallets. And also, these guys, the only answer is, hey, this is my Telegram, enjoy. What a good question, I don't know.
Yeah, and for the last question coming, and then you can find him afterwards if you have more questions.
Hey, here, Miguel.
Hey, Tony.
Thank you for the research. Question for you. You have seen a lot of crypto miners activities, but have you seen encryption activities or encryption actions in those clouds in order to store illegal content and distribute illegal content as we see in the dark web, for example?
No. They maybe obfuscate the code, but if it's not crazy, like bless God and something like this, or some typical obfuscation. But the code at the end is crypto mining. I didn't see anything different that. I hope find something so cool that, but no, just crypto mining.
Okay, thank you very much, Miguel.
Thank you.